Behind the scenes, all access, you call it what you want, but the ultimate in prep sports reality TV has arrived. Hi again, everyone. I'm Eric Ritchie in the Louisiana Prep Sports Network studios. We tip off our 1 hour of unique programming with the Timmy Byrd Show. When we checked in last with the Riverside Rebels, they had just wrapped up the regular season, and a tie-breaking matchup with Country Day was up next. Or was it? Locked in with the number 2 seed and no chance to move up, Coach Byrd elected to concede the tiebreaker with a much bigger prize in mind.
This is all about a process, guys, to become a state champion. Let's go finish this thing and get our Sugar Bowl trophy. Come on, let's go. Let's go right here, guys. Way to lead us, way to lead us, way to lead us. Played a great game.
We're all set to play Country Day for the extra point in the power rankings, which would have been determined by the district playoff game.
You can do it, Eddie.
Call it. Tails.
Tails, you're the hole.
Okay, got it. That Friday night when we started calculating whether or not we could move from 2 to 1, it was determined that it didn't look like we were going to quite make it from a point standpoint to move from 2 to 1. And it also was determined that we could not fall to 3.
I looked at it and there's really no reason for us to play tomorrow. We looked at everything and we could go tomorrow and win and still be 2. And then here's the thing. Instead of playing on tomorrow, I'd rather play them in the semifinals.
True. Yeah. So really playing that district game against Country Day was going to be meaningless, and so we decided to concede the point to Country Day, and therefore Country Day stayed as the number 3 seed in the state.
I was really upset because they beat us once and we beat them once. So this is really the tiebreaker, like it really was. So I really wanted to play them again.
Of course I want to play them just to beat them and break the tiebreaker, but I mean, Coach Timmy's smart enough and Coach Timmy knows what's best for the team. As a player, I'm always, that's an extra game, to my senior season, but, that's what we have a guy like Coach for. He did his research, you saw what was best for us, best for the team, best for us to try to go 4-peat.
This Louisiana Prep Sports Network show is brought to you by Ochsner Sports Medicine Institute. Comprehensive wellness care. New Orleans Harley-Davidson, come ride your legend.
Two wheels, a little time to cut loose, and some buddies who had your back no matter what. Remember those adventures? Maybe it's time to make some new ones. Live your legend.
Join us Saturday, May 14th in New Orleans Harley-Davidson for Boil and Bash, our annual crawfish boil. Hey New Orleans, our high school athletes are proudly sponsored by Cintas, getting your business ready for the workday for over 35 years in the New Orleans area. Like a great coach who gets their team ready for game day, Cintas leads the way in getting your business ready for the workday. Cintas can help your employees stand out with their retail-inspired uniform programs and help keep your facilities clean and safe with kitchen and restroom supplies, floor mat services, and tile and carpet cleaning. That's what their local employees have been doing for their 4,000 New Orleans customers. In a lot of ways, Cintas is just like our high school athletes, driven, dedicated, and hardworking. So call Cintas today and make sure your business is ready for the workday.
My mentality as a head coach during the playoff season is it is now time to finish what you started, finish the process, and not try to change things and start creating new schemes and new styles of play. This is a fun time for us. Now you get to be rewarded for all the hard work and dedication that you put in the regular season. And because of our schedule and because of the sacrifice, our kids have the confidence moving into the playoffs whereby they feel like that they won't lose and they'll win another state championship. We're now in the playoffs. We'll be playing the number 31 seed in Catholic of New Iberia. You know, our mindset right now is to take care of business and focus on what we can do, not so much on what our opponent can do right now. It would be a crime for me to let y'all do what you've done, work as hard as you've worked. In Malik's case, 5 years. In Herb's case, 5 years. And then let you all of a sudden start acting like little boys. And blow what you worked for. You're on the verge of making history. You're on the verge of doing something really special, but you won't get it done if you don't stay disciplined and stay focused and locked in on what you got to do. You're approaching this game tonight like, okay, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We're not going to focus on what I don't care about tonight. I care about how you focus and approaching this game tonight, which will carry over in the next game. Because the next game is going to be a whole lot more difficult than you realize. And what we do out here tonight is going to translate on what we do Tuesday. Everybody understand? That's what I'm talking about in our locker room. Y'all think y'all focused? You don't hear us from the bench. You don't even know we're in 32 trap. We got guys that don't even know we're in a press. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get beat when you're not focused. Y'all think we should have 19 points against this team? Missing layups. Good job, Jared. Good job, Jalen.
Well, going through this season, we had some ups and downs, and now we feel like we're battle tested, and we all know our strengths and weaknesses, and we know everything about this team. So going into the playoffs is just like another rodeo. It's our fourth time, so it's going to be fun, and I want to win another state championship.
We didn't come out focused, okay? We didn't come out focused. But the last 4 minutes, the attitude got right. The attitude got right. Started locking in, started playing fast and with more intensity and effort, and we scored in bunches. If the house is burning, Herb, somebody cares for you, gonna let you go in it? Guys that don't care for you, gonna let you go in it. But I ain't that guy. Are you good enough, Malik? Are you good enough to just walk out on a court with no effort, no intensity, no mental toughness, no focus, and dominate? Can't do that, can you? There ain't nobody in this locker room can do that. Jared, we got a 6'10" kid on here. We got what's Anthony's name for the Pelicans? Anthony Davis. He could do that, huh? He could do that in high school. He could do that. Can't do that in the pros, can he? So if you know that, and you know you're in the playoffs, and you've worked to win another state championship, and you have pride in yourself, and you want to let everybody know that there's no doubt who the best team is in the state, period, right? Can you do it without effort and focus? You can't. I like the way y'all played the last 3-4 minutes. You know what I want to do as a coach? I want to sit there on that bench and I want to watch y'all do your thing. That's what I want to do. And you know, at the end of the day, you know what I want everybody in the stands to say about me? Huh, Jared? Huh, Herb? What you think I want all the fans to say about me? What'd you say? Say it loud. I don't coach. That's what I want everybody in the stands to say. I want to sit my fanny on that chair, and I want to watch you do your thing, and I want you to show everybody how good you are. And at the end of the day, I want them to say, you know, Coach Byrd don't do any coaching. Y'all understand that? Because that's what a great team, and that's what great coaching, and that's what great programs can do. All right, look. Understand what the second half's about for us. It's about 4 games from now, okay? So go out here and respect yourself, your teammates, your school, your program, and your parents, and come out here and play this game the way you know how to play, okay? Let's go. Here we go, Rebels on 3.
1, 2, 3, Rebels.
When y'all go in, we're going to play half-court man, and you better play really good defense, sound fundamental defense, and not get beat off the dribble. Take the right hand away, and make sure you play with a lot of energy and effort. Time out, time out, time out, time out. 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
30-second timeout for the Rebels.
Yeah. Going back to the Carr game, last game of the season, and our bench came in and didn't really give an effort and didn't really play well. Why? You know, we pride ourselves in the fact that every time you hit the floor, no matter who it is, no matter what the score, you come in and you play the way this game is supposed to be played. The guys at the end of the game didn't do a good enough job. And so just reminded them that they were going to let down their teammates, which worked so hard to get that lead. Well, then maybe they won't play in the playoffs. You try to motivate them and then give them a second opportunity, and thought they came in the first playoff game, second playoff game, and did a really good job of maintaining the lead and stretching the lead. And it goes back to effort and what you expect of them.
It's amazing, like the atmosphere is just outstanding. I mean, it felt good being in the game for however long, even if it was 2 seconds, it was just a great experience being on Riverside, you know, contributing to the team.
My role is to, you know, go for loose balls, play defense, aggressiveness. I play a point guard role, look for my teammates and be a distributor. It was a great feeling. It was a good feeling because gonna get used to it. 'Cause I'm only a freshman, so my last 3 years, I'm gonna know how it feels like to be in a playoff game.
Perry for 3.
It was exciting. I fed off the energy that my teammates brought, that just the whole atmosphere that it had. I fed off the energy, and it was fun. First off, this experience has been very humbling to me. To go from playing football and baseball and be one of the best out there to come play for basketball, one of the best teams in the state, and just get a few minutes a game. It's been great. I've learned a lot from Coach Timmy. My teammates have been great, helping me get back into things in basketball, and I'm getting better and better every week. It's been fun. First, all I got in the game. I did what I had to do. So, I just got in there. I got the feel of the floor. Me and my team, we did what we were supposed to do.
Tonight's game involving the folks in final score, the Rebels 95, the Panthers 43.
Way to shoot the ball. Good hustle. Good hustle. Most people would be happy with a 40, 50-point win. We could have had an 80-point win. I didn't want to have an 80-point win against these guys, okay? These guys, you're going to be playing some teams starting on Tuesday that don't want to compete against you. Okay? Principal gets up in front of all the principals in the state of Louisiana and whines and complains that they don't want to have to play you. Don't want you in the association. They want to win a state championship, but they don't want to have to beat you. Do you think you're not going to have to compete against the best to be the best? Huh? You think when you get to the next level in college that somebody's going to say, oh, you're Division I, but because we can't beat Duke or we can't beat Kansas, we're going to try to get in another league so we can beat those guys so we can get a trophy. It's a compliment to you that people don't want to play. But you got a real big responsibility. You got a real big responsibility to make sure that when you play them and they leave, that they know who they played.
Excitement galore at the Fast Pitch 56 in Sulphur. Like in 3A, 15th seed Letcher making an improbable run through the bracket, knocking off 6th seed Bruley 4-1 to make it to the state title game.
This is actually a dream come true. It's my first year coaching, and I've been coaching these girls since they were probably 7, 8 years old. So I'm honored to be with this team.
All I did was take one pitch at a time, and my defense backed me up every play. And my offense did their job by putting the ball in play.
Letcher was matched up with number 4 seed Kaplan in the 3A state championship. Thrilling game, scoreless tie in the 5th, and thanks to a perfect throw from Letcher left fielder Avery Luke, it stayed that way with this play at the plate. But Kaplan broke through in the 6th, scoring 4 times, starting with Olivia Trahan's RBI bunt single. And that's all that Kaplan pitcher Abby Trahan would need. A 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts along the way. This time, the Lady Pirates hang on. A 4-0 win, claiming the 3A state championship.
This year, our kids came back with a little revenge. It wasn't the same ones, but we came back with a little revenge and wanted to prove that we could be back here and we could do what we need to do and finish some business.
I don't think anybody thought that the number 15 seed would come through the tournament like this. But I knew in my heart what kind of team we were and what kind of athletes I had. And I can't be more proud of these girls and what they've accomplished.
The All-State Sugar Bowl, believing in champions.
2 wheels, a little time to cut loose, and some buddies who had your back no matter what. Remember those adventures? Maybe it's time to make some new ones. Live your legend.
Join us Saturday, May 14th in New Orleans Harley-Davidson for Boil and Bash, our annual crawfish boil.
Now in the second round, after we had beaten Catholic and New Iberia in the first round, we get a team that we had played the previous 2 years in the finals in Lakeview. So I knew we had a real tough second round game in Lakeview, and plus they had two of the best big men in the state. You have an obligation tonight to show everybody in the state how good you are. Right now, this team, their coaches, their fans, their players don't think there's any chance. How will they have a chance? If you encourage them. If you don't come out here right away, play with energy, effort, intelligence, talking, communicating, then what'll happen is they'll get some momentum and then they'll think they have a chance. You've got them right now standing in your way. So what you have to do is you got to go run over them. What you have to do is play like nobody else plays. You have to play like you love each other. You got to play like you're going to sacrifice for each other. You got to play where you're going to lay down your life for each other. What makes us different? We take care of the basketball. We got great skill, and we play harder and with a lot more energy and faster than everybody we play. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
And we're tougher than the teams we play. So go out there and have fun tonight, enjoy it. But remember, we're playing with a purpose here. We're not just playing basketball. Come out and play with a purpose and let's get it done. Let's go. Yeah, it was a long shot right at the end of the first quarter, gave them a lot of momentum. Kid threw it up and, it went in. And it was just indicative of how they played in the first quarter. They came out and took it to us, played real aggressive defense, and really they were rewarded with a long shot right at the end of the first quarter.
You got to share the basketball and make them guard.
As soon as you drive, what are they doing? They got 2 and 3 guys trying to take a charge, so you got to look out. When your ball rotates back out of, you got to drive it right at them. Also, when you when you're driving in the lane, what are they going to do? They're slapping at the ball, so you got to be strong. You got to be strong. You cannot play around with the ball. You got to play with a purpose. You got to drive it on them. You got to pitch the ball to the open man. And when you drive, it's got to be with authority, under control. Now let me ask you something. Are we playing aggressive enough? Sure. We're not. We got a couple of guys playing aggressive, and then we got some aren't. Now what you got to do here in the second half, the first 3 minutes, we got to come out, we got to play aggressive, we've got to attack the rim, and we've got to get some good shots and shoot the ball with confidence. And get a lead so we can put pressure on them and make them crack.
Come up!
got to be smart about that. Do you think if y'all spread the court right now, and y'all move and y'all run, that they can guard us right now? They can't.
And that's the end of the ball game, folks. The final score, the Rebels 62, the Gators 52.
Way to play hard. Good job. Good job. Way to play hard, guys. Way to play hard.
2 wheels, a little time to cut loose, and some buddies who had your back no matter what. Remember those adventures? Maybe it's time to make some new ones. Live your legend.
Join us Saturday, May 14th in New Orleans, Harley-Davidson for Boil and Bash, our annual crawfish boil. RiverParishFootball.com senior writer George Becknell has a new book out, The Southland Conference, Small College Football, Big Dreams. This book chronicles the first 50 years of Southland Conference football. To order your copy, go to PressBoxPublications.com.
We didn't have a good game tonight. Really, the only guy that really played well was Herb. Kind of carried us tonight. Couple guys made good big plays for us at the end, Jared and Malik, but we won that game without having 3, 4, and 5 guys have big games, okay? And that's a sign of a really good team, when you can win and not play well. I don't think anybody disagrees. Did we play well? We didn't. It was a struggle. So that's okay, because every game's not going to be easy. We're going to take a picture. Do the circle. Do the circle. This is for the top 28. Top 28 picture.